Greetings, Glitter Gang. Happy Sunday. It's 2 o'clock on Sunday, May 2nd. This is our Scrapbook Day celebration here at Kathryn Scraps. I'm Kathryn, and you're going to be watching me craft. Today, we're going to be continuing the book club journal that we started on Thursday. This is the 5th part of the series, and there is a series linked in the video description below, a playlist on YouTube that you can check out. If you have access to the archives, of course, it'll be in there as well, linked below to get yourself a membership if you want access to all my past videos from my live streams. And what is going on, everyone? I hope yesterday was officially Scrapbook Day. I hope you all had a great time. I'm here to do the after party. I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. We're going to have giveaways today for those of you who signed up. Also, 40% off anything digital. That's this digital stamp, the manuals, album basics guides, workshops, whatever. If it's digital, if I don't have to ship it, it's 40% off. And I just changed all the prices in the store, so you don't have to do anything. No coupon needed. Just go to kathrynscraps.com/manuals and you'll see all our digital stuff together, and you can get 40% off all of it, or any of it. All of it, any of it, all of it, or any of it, whichever. These are the two paper collections that I'll be working with today. They are by Tanya Cart. They're digital paper packs. They're Bookaholic and My Bookworm Life. And I have links in the description as well. By the way, if you're watching on mobile and you don't see a description, you have to toggle on mobile between the chat and the description. So you can, if you want to see any of these links, if you want to click any of these things, you just toggle the chat off for a second, click on the links, and then you can go. So these are the paper collections. I'm just going to flip through them, show you what I have printed, starting with Bookaholic. So I made those large images into 6 1/4 inch squares so that we can use these on those 6 1/2 inch pockets in the album. Now we still have to make, I haven't decided which one of these two I like better, because I like the background on this one a lot, but I wanted to have, I like this background too. I don't know. I just can't decide on those two. So we'll see which we end up with, but I've got quite a few to choose from. I also have, there's some embellishments. We've got a book, Born to Read sign, the Turn the Page book. Maybe we can turn that into something. And then this is cool. We can maybe do something with that. We'll see what happens. Who even knows what we'll get accomplished today, because I don't. And then here's some of the paper from the collection. Now here's the owls. So this is in the 12 by 12. That other one I showed, I think, was 13 by 13. And Tanya was having a sale when I linked to them. I don't know what the sale status is over there at the moment. Here's one where I took the design and I put it at, I think I made it 4 inches and repeated it 3 times. I'm pretty sure that's what I did to make it, same with this, to make you know, so I would have a variety of print sizes, have some large prints, have some small prints, that sort of thing. This is the full size. So you can see what I mean when I say I took it, made it smaller. See? This is the same print, but because her prints are, they wrap around, you can make them go. Okay, so Mandy says she went over to Etsy and the sale's still going on. So here's another example of, I printed it larger and smaller just so I have the option if I need a smaller sheet. So if you want to get the paper collections that I'm using today, the sale takes them down from about $40 to about $12 or $13. Links to both the collections I'm using and both the clip art packs I'm using in the video description. Now, if you're watching on the archives, in the folder where you're watching this, I have put a text file with all the links to the paper and clip arts as well, so that even if you're watching in the archives, there is something for you to see the links to where to get all of this stuff. All right, so here is my Bookworm Life. So that one I just showed you is Bookaholic. Now I'm going to do my Bookworm Life. The two of them go together perfectly, so you can mix them and match them. I'm going to. So for my Bookworm Life, here's my 6 1/4 inch squares. My weekend is booked. I'm reading. Book, coffee, repeat. Just one more chapter. And a book is a dream that you hold in your hand. So those are the 6 1/4 inch squares that we can work with there. And then I also have some additional embellishments that we will maybe find a place for or not. Who knows? I don't know how far, if we'll get to the decorating portion of the album, but we'll see. Yes, these would be great use for card making as well. I agree. I agree. Especially stuff like the mug. And also, we had the suggestion in the Thursday shows for making gift bookmarks. Gift bookmarks would be another way to use these. That would be excellent. All right, so now we'll flip through the papers from my Bookworm Life. This one I just printed twice by accident. That's why they're the same. This one I printed really tiny. So this is the book hands, and it was much larger. I think I went 3 or 4 across when I printed these around, but because again it is a seamless design, you can do that. This I love. This is beautiful. This too, the books with the fairy lights. This one I think I went 3 across, so pretty sure it's just this that is, and I went 3 across and 3 down. Here's the owls again. And then the beautiful glitter. All right. Ta-da. Ta-da. So that's what we're going to be working with today. Now, let's go over where we are in the project. Then I'll greet everyone and do a couple giveaways. And then we'll, I don't know, then we'll craft something, I guess. I guess we'll scrap something. Okay, so in previous videos, and again, check the playlist for how to do anything that you're going to see that I've already done, because this is part 5 of a playlist. So check the video description if you're watching this as a recording on YouTube after the show. All right, so we designed and implemented this pocket, and what this pocket does is it enables you to offset your tags, your cards, whatever, in the pocket, within the pocket, so that you can get, in this case, I think it's 6. You can get 6 5x7 things in this 13-inch pocket. Okay. And so I designed that on stream, and it's part of the playlist. This is I'm not going to write it up, so if you want to do it, all the measurements are there for you, but you have to take notes and you have to figure it out. But it's free. So there you go. So then this will fold in, this will fold in, this will fold over, and maybe we'll put a little belt on it. I haven't gotten that far yet. We'll see what we do. We'll see what we do. So things we have to do are we have to make 2 more of this pocket. I already started them, so we'll just assemble them. They go here and they go here. And then we have to make the pockets that go on top of these pockets, which are not started, but they have been figured out, so we at least we at least know what we're doing, so we don't have to like figure it out. We have proof of concept. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside because I don't need it for now, for what we're doing today, probably. So here are all the pieces and parts I have for the other 2 pockets. So I think I just need to do a bunch of taping and gluing, pretty much. But as you can see, this is the pocket when it's all by itself. Just looks like a normal pocket, and then when you pull it open, you get this kind of accordion vibe, design. Design's probably the word that I'm looking for. All right, so do we ever know what we're doing? Do we ever know what we're doing? No, we don't. All right, so grab a drink and get some hydration. All right. And then, where's my, oh, there we go. What else am I going to do today? Oh, let me do some announcements. Okay, so let's do some. So hi, how are you? How is everyone? Happy Scrapbook Day. I do have some announcements. First is, this is being called a book club journal because we have a book club on Kathryn Scraps the last Thursday of every month. The class discussions during the live show are about a book which we all read, or those of us who feel like reading it read. And if you want to help choose this month's book club, you can go over to my Facebook group and you can vote on it because voting is still up. I'll announce the winner tomorrow, so you can still have time to vote. That is facebook.com/groups/Kathryn Scraps. That is always listed below. A link for that is always below. But yeah, facebook.com/groups/Kathryn Scraps. You can go over there and you can vote. The other thing you can do while you're over there is you can read about the glitter party in the announcements section, which is that I'm going to give away a rototrim at the end of May. So you still have about a month if you want to participate in this. But I am going to give away a rototrim at the end of May, or if you're somewhere where shipping a rototrim would be really cost prohibitive, or if you already have a rototrim, you can get a $200 gift card to your favorite craft store instead. So you can choose not to get a rototrim if you already have one, so you don't have to have 2 rototrims. But I am going to give away a rototrim, and it's to someone who has completed a Kathryn Scraps project. So all the instructions are in the post. Again, that's at facebook.com/groups/Kathryn Scrappers, and it's in the announcement section. But yes, just by completing any of my projects, including any of the free ones, you don't have to spend money on this if you don't want to or can't. You can get an entry, and the way it works is that each album that is tagged with the Glitter Party hashtag gets assigned a number, and then I draw a number from those with a random number generator, and that is who wins. So it's not juried. It's not like there's any judge determining which is the best album or anything like that. You get one chance to win for every album that you submit, and each album you submit has the same chance to win as any other album submitted by anyone else. So there you go. So make sure you check that out, as well as checking out the sale, see if there's anything you want to pick up while it's discounted to maybe do for the glitter party. All right. So that is that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and quickly put these 2 things together and see if we can. I think I only have to add tape. Yeah, it looks like I just have to add tape to the flaps. So I should be all good to get these whipped out. And then once I'm done with that, then we can work on figuring out the square pockets. So I hope you all had tons of fun yesterday. I'm sure there was a ton of stuff going on. Lots of fun times. I do have prizes to give away today. All the prizes I'm going to give away today are going to be digital. They're all going to be gift cards. Some of them will be gift cards to MPix, which is my favorite online photo processor, and some of them will be gift cards to scrapbook store of your choice. You can support whoever you want to support. And then I will be giving away also a year's membership to the archives. And of course, if you already have a year's membership to the archives and you win the year's membership to the archives, all we do is we add a year to your renewal date. So if you would have renewed on June 1st, 2021, we switch it so that you renew on June 1st, 2022. So you get an extra 12 months. That's all. 2, 4, 5. I only need 5, right? That's one thing we determined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I only need 5. I only need 5 per. That's one thing that we discovered is I made too many, right? Right. So now that I've done my little tape chain here, I'm just going to go run right along the bottom here and give myself a second line of tape, and then I'm going to flip it over and on the other side do the other flap. Okay. And again, if you want to know how I got to what size these flaps are, how I drew these lines, how I constructed these envelopes, etc., all of that is in the playlist. All of that is in the archives. You have missed nothing that you can't catch up on, okay? Nothing has happened that you can't catch up on. So you are all good if this is the first you're seeing of this project. You can catch up. Because we did a lot of planning and prep on Thursday for this one, so that we wouldn't be starting from 0 today. All right, so now I'm just going to burnish my tape. And then I'm going to cut these apart. And then I'm going to stick them in. Yesterday, I was prepping for today, so I was printing my paper, and my printer just stopped printing. And I don't know what its deal was, but like the computer was saying you have a printer error, go look at the printer to see what the error is. And I would go look at the printer and the printer would just be chilling there. There would be no error. There was no jam. There was nothing. It was just sitting there like it was waiting for a job to be sent to it. And Mr. Lifeguard and I were like, cool. This is cool. Cool. Thank you, printer, for making National Scrapbook Day easier. International Scrapbook Day. Scrapbook Day. All right, so once we have this, we're at this point where we have our lines marked. Remember, we're not doing this last line because I drew one too many lines. The last pocket's just a ½ inch bigger than all the other pockets. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to just line up the edge of my score line so you can see that the tape is underneath. So I'm going to tape it down here. So I just line up with the edge of my score line. It's not a score line, it's a pencil line, but whatever. You get it. You get it because you're smart. Then burnish into place and then flip it open. And then you just keep doing that. I was looking at nail designs last night because this is my favorite manicure I've ever done, and I just don't know what to do next. And I had a disaster yesterday. I broke one of my nails, and I broke it like hardcore. Like it's hopefully we're going to say it, thoughts and prayers for this one that we make it through today. So I'll be switching this up probably by Thursday. You'll see a different manicure. And I'll see if I can show you after I finish this, like what happened to it. But not as bad as that time. Like I broke that one nail, like my natural nail, that when it was all like a horror movie situation. So it wasn't anything like that. Like I am completely uninjured, but this nail is not completely uninjured. This nail is not completely uninjured. I know these nails will be so hard to beat. I don't know if I can beat them. I just have to try and match them, I think. All right, one more. And then I'll show you how this goes in the book. And then I know it looks weird at this point. You're like, what is she doing? What kind of a pocket is this? This is a mad woman. Okay. So once we get to this point, then we have to fold them all back like this. Okay. Fold them all back like this. And we need these to be down because we want to see that tape. All right. Okay. And then this is the back. So you're looking through the back essentially at the pocket at this point. All right. So let me go get the thingy. All right. Here's the book. All right. Now, the way it goes down is it goes down like this. Okay. And we just have to be careful when we stick it down. And I'm putting the bottom of this one facing the bottom of this one. So these two will be mirroring each other. And then this one, this will be the bottom, this will be the top. There's 3 of them, so there's no way to, you know. I can either have them all go top, bottom, or I can just mix it up, and I want to mix it up. Okay, so the most important thing is when we're at this point, when you look in, they all have to be tucked under, okay? They all have to be tucked under and facing the same direction because that's how the pocket works. So I know it looks like these are like 1.5 inch pockets, but because of the twist that we put in them, they actually are 5 inch pockets. They don't look like they're 5 inch pockets. I know it sounds like I'm just talking crap, but I promise you that they are 5 inch pockets. And yesterday we did check and they are 5 inch pockets. It's not just our imagination, okay? So the easiest way to do this, in my opinion, is to peel just the tape from just the bottom. We'll get the bottom all nice and lined up, and then we can worry about getting all of these stuck down another time. Okay, but at least we can line it up. At least we can line it up while only one part of it is got tape on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this. And I'm just going to prop this on my chest so that it's a little bit closer to me. And then I'm just going to line up the bottom. And you can see that these all want to be punks. So you just have to kind of wrestle them into submission and then get it all lined up. And then once it's all lined up, just give it a press. And then you can flip it open and burnish. Burnish it well. Now we can go through and peel, 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 and then just kind of like flatten it. And then it's, well, it's 6 pockets is what it is. It's what looks like 1 pocket. It's actually 6 pockets. Okay, all right. So we peel. And again, much detail on how to make this is in previous vids, okay? So you don't have to try and figure out from this video, like if you're tuning in for the first time because you're here for the National Scrapbook Day party, then no worries, okay? You're not in the dark. I mean, you may be in the dark now, but you don't have to stay there. You can come into the light. All right, so now, once again, I'm just going to prop it on my chest, and then we're going to fold this down. And you know, you kind of have to go back and forth. Then once they're all in the right direction, just smooth it up with your hand, and then you can burnish. And then now it's, and I'm going to pull it out so you can see, now it is 6 pockets. They are going to hold 5 inch things. because they have that little twerk or twist or whatever in them, crimp, I don't know, whatever. They have magic inside. They're magical inside. They believe in themselves. That's how they became pockets. They believe in themselves. All right. So I don't know if you can see it because it's, you know, kind of, I mean, it's tiny. But what happened, so I was going in the pool yesterday after I got all my paper printed to relax. And when I was going to open the back door from the master bedroom so I could get back in and go shower after I was in the pool, I like jammed my finger straight into the door, which was cool. And this nail is cracked like lengthwise from the tip to my actual fingernail, and then the crack stops at my actual fingernail. So it only cracked up to my fingernail. Now it doesn't look cracked because there's so many layers of polish on it that the polish is holding the two sides together. And also the fact that, you know, it's not broken from here down and then it's, you know, glued to my finger. But it's basically, it's the door's fault. Yeah, that's really the situation. We could also blame the printer for giving me so much stress. I had to go relax in the pool. You know, if we want to just toss around blame, it's obviously not my fault. So, you know. All right. So now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. It's always a door, isn't it? The last time was a door too. It's absolutely correct. The doors are the enemy. It's the doors. Yeah, the doors have it in for me. They do. Maybe it's because I just don't appreciate the Lizard King enough. I need to put padding on the doors. Maybe that's what it is. Just like hot glue pillows to all the doors in the house. Bubble wrap. So it's too bad because I was just thinking, I like this manicure so much. I'm going to make sure that I take these nails off in a way where I can keep them and do it again. You know, and they'll just be ready for me to go. And then like 3 hours later, smash. Now, luckily, I can replace this nail in the set. You know, of all the nails, this one is the easiest one to replace probably, you know, because I don't have to do the grid, which was probably one of the more difficult. It was the doors in the last house, so it's definitely a conspiracy. Absolutely. Yep. It's like the doors are somehow sharing information with each other as well. Hot glue in Florida. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'll just use nail glue and then it'll be irony, you know. I'll be like, take that, doors. Now you have nail glue all over you. How do you feel about that? That's true. There will never be enough love and admiration for Morrison. He would not be satisfied, even if you just acknowledge that he is the Lizard King. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to cut these apart and assemble this pocket, and then I'll give some stuff away. Now, just a refresher on how giveaways work on this channel. I will give you a secret word. You have to email me that secret word plus what other information I tell you to email me by 11:55 p.m. on Saturday. So you have a week, but I recommend not waiting a week. I recommend just doing it as soon as you know. And the portions of the show where I do the giveaways will not be part of the YouTube playlist. It'll only be sections where I'm actually crafting that make it onto the YouTube playlist. But these sections will be in the archives. So if you want to see who wins what, you can go see who wins what if you have the archives. All right. So I'm going to start on this end because it's actually easier to start on the right and work my way left because I am right-handed, but I have to skip this first line because that's one line too many. Now I kind of want to watch that Val Kilmer Doors movie. I thought he did a good job with that role. All right. So once we get this in, we'll do the recording break because the next step is we have to make the square pockets. So we'll have the square pockets on their own video, and then in between we'll do giveaways. And I'll just give away half. It is too late to get in on the prizes. Yes. I always have everyone sign up ahead of time so that I can use a random number generator to choose. That's the way that I found is most fair and least chaotic for me. So if, and giveaways are always going to be posted on my Facebook page. And then I usually share the posts about the giveaways to my Facebook group. So if you kind of always want to know what's going on with me, of course you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, but it's also helpful to like my page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/Kathryn Scraps, and to join the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Kathryn's Scrappers, which is you guys. All right. All right, this is ready to go in the book. I just have to flip everyone back over. That's because Val Kilmer is kind of self-absorbed like Morrison. He's definitely an odd duck. For sure. I mean, and that's, you know, amongst people in Hollywood, he's a little bit odd. Probably something about Hollywood makes you crazy. Like, even if you started out normal, it's probably very difficult to remain normal. You know, if people just tell you 24/7 that you're special, it's probably really hard to stay normal. Oh yeah, Willow. You know, Amazon Prime recently got Willow. So I put it in my watch list because I want to re-watch it. So you think the ones who are actually normal, they just like are better at acting normal, but they're not actually normal? So the best actors are the ones who seem normal. So like Tom Hanks. When I was in college, I was friends with someone who used to call me the name of the witch in Willow, like the main bad chick. But like, she meant it in a nice way. I don't know. But I can't even think of what her name is now. I maintain that you could probably stay normal-ish. Like, you're not going to be as normal as you were before you became famous. Tombstone is one of my favorite Val Kilmer roles. No, I don't think anyone will ever put in a better performance as Doc Holliday. Just can't imagine. Okay. All right. So I agree with that completely. Fran says the better the actor, the more empty the head. Yes. The ones who seem to be the very best at acting are the ones who are like completely vacant, empty vessels. I think that that's like helps. It was really funny because we were talking about, my mom was here and she was asking about like Val Kilmer roles, you know, like, oh, what else was he in? Like, what else is he famous for, when she was down here looking at houses. And one of the things we said was Top Gun. And she was like, Tom Hanks is, or not, she was like, Tom Cruise is the person in Top Gun. Like, we were like idiots. Like, we thought Maverick was played by Val Kilmer. And we were like, you know, he's not like the only person in the whole movie. It's not like a one-man show where Tom Cruise plays every character, right? Like, there were other people. And one of the other people was Val Kilmer, who plays Iceman. And we're like, so. All right, so here we go. Let me get some chapstick. Let me get some water. Then I'm going to do a recording break. And what we're going to do is, now that we've done the 2 pockets, in the next video, if you're watching on the playlist, in the next video, I will be doing the square pockets that go on top of the long accordion pockets. If you're watching in the archives, the next video will be the prizes, the first round of prizes. I'm going to give away half of them. And then if you're, and that's it. And then if you're watching live, if you're here live, just hang tight, because nothing will change for you. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for watching and for joining me on National Scrapbook Day, on Scrapbook Day, International Scrapbook Day, Universal Scrapbook Day, Planetary Scrapbook Day, whichever Scrapbook Day you celebrate. And check out the next video in this series where I'm going to show you how to make the pockets that go on top of these pockets. So we're adding even more pockets to the book, because it's not enough to have 3 pockets that each hold 6 photos when we could have even more pockets. So thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.